Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reviewing Batman vs Two-Face. Now, sorry the setup's a little bit different. I used to record on my Kindle, but it started being difficult, so yeah, plans had to change, and it's why, except besides the download the other day, I didn't, yeah, and it's why everything looks a bit different, and I'm sorry about the top. It's the best I can do, but hey, at least now you get a bit of visual with my reviews instead of just pitch black screen. Now, I've just seen this movie. I love it. It's I've not seen Return of the Caped Crusaders, but I do need to, and yeah, it's good. Um, I have watched a lot of the classic series because I watched. I think it was on UK Gold or something. One of the old like replay channels. I grew up with Batman of the 60s with Adam West, Burt Ward, Julie Newmar, and I loved it. And so to hear this sort of thing come back, and it's just good, isn't it? It's it's weird how no one's aged. Vocally, no one's changed, and I don't know how. I genuinely don't know how no one's changed. Well, the only one I could say that's really changed is Julie, but then I don't know if she's done voice acting before, so yeah. But yeah, besides that, like everyone's good. Adam West is always great. I remember, I think it was just after this movie was just after this movie was completed. We sadly lost Adam West. I remember it was at my nana's going home in the bus, going home in the car, and I looked forward to say something, and I just heard over the radio, um, we regret to inform that actor Adam West of Batman fame has passed away. I remember just leaning forward, hearing that, and just slumping back and just, oh, okay. Uh, that's okay then. So yeah, Burt Ward's really good in this. Thankfully, he's still with us, and he's not changed. And they have every little thing. Like, it isn't just, oh, here's Adam West, Burt Ward, something something Two Face. No, it's a complete love letter to the original '60s series, and I love it. Like they, in going in, I was quite nitpicky because, like I said, I grew up with the series. I love Batman, even though I like the darker Batman. I still love the Adam West Batman because it's campy, but it's fun. I plan to do a whole talk on '60s Batman at some point, but for now, yeah. Um, this is fun. The whole premise is Batman and Robin are getting back together, and Hugo Strange, who is again, well, who is very new to this film, um, you know, he's made a device who that can extract evil thoughts from criminals. If you've seen Doctor Who, you might recognise it from the Mind of Evil, kind of like that. And yeah, so they get hooked up, but I think it's the Joker, Catwoman, Riddler, Penguin, Egghead, and Mr. Freeze. They all get hooked up. But because they're so evil, it gets overwhelmed and explodes. Harvey Dent is caught in the explosion and becomes Two-Face. He then it's then cut to a montage of them fighting over a couple of years, and then it turns out Harvey's back to normal now. Or is he? I'm not going to spoil anything, but Yeah. Yeah. Again, I was very nitpicky going into this because I wrote the series, but I liked it. The, it's like I said, it's not just oh look Adam West, oh look it's the old Batcave. No, like they have Chief O'Hara, the Irish policeman. They bring back Aunt Harriet. They they bring back King Tut. They bring back the Bookworm. Everything's referenced, and it's not even like the typical like, aha, but shark repellent. Did you know that Adam West shark repellent? Oh, here's him dancing. No, it's proper. You can tell they did their research, and I love it. Like, there were a few things I was like, wait, hang on. like, like for instance, Batgirl. Where's Bat? I'm assuming Batman versus Two Face takes place post Series 3. So, where's Batgirl? I know Yvonne's not longer with. Well, as far as I know, Yvonne's no longer with us. But could they not? I mean, this sounds going to sound disrespectful, but could they not have just got someone else? They did it. Did I mean, Caesar Romero was no longer with us. Joker's in this quite a bit. So, hello, Xbox. Um, yeah, that bothered me. It wasn't really bothered me. It just sort of, oh, okay, no Batgirl, I guess. Not even a mention. I mean, trying to think what other things bothered me. The tone was weird. Like, it kept the campness. It kept it didn't go proper serious. Like, they kept the bright costume and the pixie boots and the holy Two-Face Batman. Like, to get all that, but a lot of I don't know if this was just budget, but a lot of the '60s Batman was during the day, whereas this movie more in line with modern Batman. It was all set at night, which was a weird choice. And there was a one part that did really irk me, and I'm being a bit pedantic about it, but it's a bit when it's like, oh shit, there's a break-in at the bank. We'll have to contact Batman. Raise the bat signal. No. Yes, but no. The '60s Batman did not have a bat signal. The '60s Batman had a red telephone. And that just, ah. Again, it's being nitpicky and it's being pedantic, but that sort of thing bothered me. Ah. But in terms of voice cast, like I said, Julie Newmar comes back and does Catwoman again. She's great. Adam West does Batman again. He's great. But then you get some other choices like Wally Wingert. I think that's what his name. Who does the Riddler for the Arkham games. He plays Riddler in this, and he's great. You can tell it's the dude from the Arkham games, but at the same time he does have a bit more of Frank Gorshin in him. Like he does the the high pitched like laugh, and I love that. Yeah. And then like a bunch of other things like it has like Cesar Romero. Well, not like Cesar Romero, but the guy who played Cesar Romero's Joker was damn good. The guy who played Burgess Meredith's Penguin, he even kept the whole. Wah, wah. I love it. Um, that's another thing they kept, and I love from the original. Like everyone gets a little nickname. It wasn't just the Joker. It's like that I don't know how that fiendish friend. Quick to the Batmobile. they kept those little like alliteration nicknames. I love it, and calling him like the boy blunder, and which is I suppose which the whole like some of the nitpicks I had just highlight those in a way because like you're getting all this stuff right, so you've clearly like went back and looked at it in depth. So how are you missing these things? If you know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, if I'm there is one thing we're going to talk about. That's spoilers. And okay, so if you've not seen it, you know, don't watch past this. Okay, so the whole thing is Harvey. He is still Two Face, obviously, but it's taken from that line in the comics where he's back to normal, but he's still mentally Two Face, and he occasionally has like a Jekyll and Hyde going where the other side of his face will turn in back into Two Face, which is not lifted from the comics directly, but there is a bit in the comics where he does get fixed, and then it's kind of like I don't know, like a diabetes, no, like an anorexia thing. Even though he's even though he's back to normal, back to being Harvey Dent, when he looks in the mirror, he still sees the scars, which I really like. But of course, they changed this slightly, and yeah, the way I thought they were going to do it, because you see Two Face, but then you also see Harvey normal. It's like, oh, what's going on here? Is that a frame? I thought it was going to be False Face. If you don't know, False Face was, I think it was a completely original villain for the series, but mostly original villain for the series. It was basically a master of disguise, and he was intentionally meant to be Clayface, but I think they found it a bit too dark, or they didn't know how to do it, or budget reasons. So they just made, oh yeah, this is Basil Carlo, uh, false face, massive disguise. So I thought it was going to be that Harvey Dent was going to be false face in disguise, because that would have been cool, considering that Bookworm, Eggman, considering the Bookworm, Eggman, and considering the Egghead, Bookworm, and King Tut made it in, would false face have been that big a leap? You know what I mean? And Chief O'Hara. And Aunt Harriet. Yeah, this was good. I don't think of anything else I really want to mention, but yeah, I recommend this. If you're a fan of the '60s Batman, definitely check it out. If you're not, check it out anyway. It's fun. Anyway, I shall wrap this up. Have you seen this? If you've seen it, what do you think? Comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and have a good one. Bye bye.